And we're into round number 3. This is the last heat. We're going to find another quarter-finalist here. Sally Fitzgibbons, Tatiana, Weston-Webb and Dimity Stoyle fighting it out for that opportunity. Sally, a former winner in the contest. Tatiana, well, she had a 10-point ride in the first round. And this wave was ridden during the break, Ross.
Well, Sally Fitzgibbons, I'm having a hard time seeing her lose this heat. You know, it's just the perfect recipe to match her surfing. The way these waves break on this shallow sandbar, you have to match it with so much speed and reflexes, and that's exactly how Sally surfs. Dimity, on the other hand, she has really picked up her game. But you can see right there, just hitting a big old fat spot on that section there. Didn't give her anything to work with. Tatiana Weston-Webb, now she's working with a lot of momentum as well, obviously with that 10-point ride. But Ronnie, it's a totally different beast today. The tube factor is gone, so she's going to have to get really squirrely on her backhand.
And here she goes, swooping on the inside. No one into this ride, so Tatiana's going to pick it up. And there's that smooth backhand approach. Just loses it on the second turn. She pulled out some of the best carves of the contest. As we see Dimity now up. Drives into this first section. Clean whip in the pocket to get started. Carrying great form into this contest. This wave's starting to stand up. And Dimity is going to tear it apart right through to the inside, linking a couple of clean turns together. Plenty of flow and good variation.
That was... Sorry, Ronnie, that was great surfing.
Well, Dimity spends a lot of time surfing at snapper, so you can see that there. She's able to deal with that shallow sandbar section really well.
Yeah, it looked like snapper, didn't it? You know, and some of these waves are kind of fat to dumpy and just all over the joint, a weird pace, but this one was nice and even. Look how this thing just kind of rifled along the sandbar. This was a dream weaver right here. And she surfed it nice. You know, she didn't really pull back on any turns. She wasn't conservative. She delivered every section with a lot of power, and that's what she's known for, that carvy power. So well-timed surfing there for Dimity. This is going to be a better angle. We'll really see how much rail she gets in the water with that slice right there. That was beautiful. I could watch that 100 times in a row. And then she kept that flow. That's so important today with these waves on low tide. It's really easy to kind of slow down and bog. But Dimity really keeping that board alive and finished it clean.
It's going to be a good number. And a spectacular kick out.
It's just a little more water, but here we go.
Tatiana Weston-Webb, she's searching for just a 3.61 at this stage of the game to get into the lead. Nice first snap, a little hung up, but still going with this one. Looking down the line, wondering if it's worth her trouble. I think she said, come on there. She wants this wave to stand up and give her some scoring opportunity. She can't finish it off though.
That wave kind of unloaded on the outside. The first section was decent. Here we go, Sally.
Well, Sal just a little caught behind here. She's going to have to get out of there. Use priority on that wave. So this could play right into Dimity's favour. But here we go. Sally Fitzgibbons now has the lead and looking to improve it by dropping a 5. There's that clean approach. And Sal always puts together great combinations. Trying to mix it up on the end section. Just gets a little lost through that maneuver. She's just trying to do good surfing at this stage of the game. As we see Tatiana Weston-Webb on a smaller wave, but it's got a good pace to it. And she's able to get a bit of rhythm happening with this backhand approach as that one fades away.
Tatiana trying to build on that 6.5. Just a couple of wick whacks there, nothing too major. I don't think that's going to count for her. And you know, this lineup is really tricky. It's sort of easier to navigate from our seats, from up here on the scaffolding, but out there, you know, the lineup kind of disappears a bit. It's very elusive, and in fact, I think if you sit wider on the shoulder, that's where those gems are.
Well, let's check out the last exchange. What do you think of Sally's ride?
So again, this is under priority. She's paddling back out, and you can see the potential here. Nice clean wrap. This is where she got stuck between choices, and she went for that layback snap, but it was never really committed. There was a score there, though, in the making. There was probably a 7.5 on that wave, and she just sort of messed it up. So again, sitting wide here, I think, is going to be key going forward. Tatiana, just a smaller wave, deep on the sandbar. So, you know, that wave too small, kind of on the weak side, so those maneuvers won't count.
It's like she picked up the motorbike, and now she's just running over people herself. Here's the replay of that ride.
I had a hard time seeing Sally lose his heat, but Dimity is bringing it home. And, you know, she serves so much different from Sally. She puts a lot more pressure on the deck of her surfboard, and she swivels around like nobody's business. But you know what? The most impressive part about this heat for Dimity is her wave selection's been spot on.
You can't blow those opportunities. If you've got priority, you've got a good score on the board, you have to get that back up against someone like Sally, because you know she's going to put 2 impressive numbers on the board. And this wave came through from Sal during that replay, and she dug in on a couple of big turns on the inside, Ross.
I like that snap. She released the fins. You know, that's probably going to better her 5-point ride. And all 3 of the competitors picked up a nice little wave here. Bing. There's that backside reaction that's so different from the regular footers. Regular footers go into that smooth wrap. If you're on your backhand, you can just hit it 12 o'clock. It looks different. The judges like it. So Tatiana's going to have to get really busy with that.
And she's about to put a good score on the board, but here's Sally Fitz really starting to apply some pressure now. She understands she's in a vulnerable position, and she is digging into this ride. Aggressive, that board looking lively. As she gets a finish on the inside, doesn't quite ride out of it, but great surfing.
4 or 5 waves are going to have to duck dive.
This is the 867 that you're requested to see from Tatiana. This was a big number.
Nice snap there. I think the better turn's coming up through the middle section, but a big major maneuver. Quick snap there, just a little bit hung up, and there's that 3rd turn. So I think really, actually her best turn was the first one. I think this was the best surfing for sure. Look at that flare right there, really zipping out of that carve. Again, the fin's getting set free, not because she's trying to get cheeky and kind of, you know, add something that's fake. You know, that's because she is flexing those fins.
Takes off. Drives off the bottom. Doesn't quite connect with the lips the way she would have liked on the first turn, but this wave, it looks solid. She's going to bring it right through to the inside now. There's a solid turn. Looks for the floater, but it's not there yet. But it doesn't matter, because she gets a really decent backhand snap to finish that ride off.
One section, that's going to weigh in on the judges. A little late on that first snap, but it wasn't, you know, a total mistake. Just a setup, cut back there, waiting for this wave to build back up on the soundbar. Nice little snap there again, but nothing major. There's where she missed that one maneuver, but then she finished it really strong. Judges love it when you finish a wave.
The turn, the 3rd last turn was pretty decent.
Yeah.
It was good. She really connected well. Then she missed the float and then got a big backhand snap to finish. The score has come through, and it's going to be a big one. A 9.27 for Tatiana Weston-Webb. She jumps from 3rd to 1st. Sally Fitzgibbons and Dimity Stoyle, they'll have to fight their way to round 4. Right after this, Joe Topel and Martin Potter will step in for the call.